All right, hello everybody. Welcome to day 2 of Crucible, season 6. I think it's week 6. I'm losing count on the weeks here, but we're kind of coming to the end of this season 6. I took the L yesterday in regards to the day 1, so you see me there sitting at the bottom. Today I'm going against Bazosaurus, and apologize, this is me just kind of skimming through on the phone, having issues with blue stacks, but this is yesterday's opponent was Brian. He was over 106 TCP, level 100, so I got another level 100 tune or opponent, and I'm sitting at level 99 still, and I'm about 62 TCP. So just kind of recapping what happened yesterday. Of course, you can catch that video on there, but as far as on my defense, this is kind of how you one-shot it. He basically punched down on everything with his levels. Even used War Dogs to take on my Infinity Watch straight up. That's how big everything was. Diamonds everywhere. So yeah, took that loss. So that was a recap on that one. Let's take a look at Bazarus's setup here. So I'm going to pause it as I'm recording through my phone, so timing is going to be off on a couple things on the narration here. But the room 1, it's going to be the unlimited with unlimited X-Men with Phoenix. Then on room 2 you got Secret Defenders with Morgan Le Fay. And then we go into Infinity Watch, which is the custom in room 3. Panning over to the right, we got the Out of Time 3. Kind of similar to what I have on defense, so this is new for me to face. That'll be brilliant and kind of go against what my day 1 opponent used against me. See what happens with that. So yeah, Out of Time 3 with the 2 Hulks. 5 is your Xtreme-X with Jubilee. And to close it off, it's kind of tricky setup in room 6 where no particular team. It's like a Bifrost 2 with Dormammu, Kingpin, and Quicksilver. So that's what we got set up. Let's take a look at the recordings, see what I did. I think I attacked on room 1 first. All right, so yep, here I am, room 1, going against that unlimited X-Men team with Phoenix. I do have Skrull and Apoc on offense, so figured what better way to place them at. I don't want to use Skrull against Black Knight, so I went ahead and used it against this particular room by squeezing him in and replacing the Ultron. And that's just kind of a big move. I was conflicted as far as if I really want to start using Iron Patriot, but I'm scared, especially when I'm punching up, so I'm kind of holding off on that. So here we go. I don't know why I was so conflicted on here. There's so many tunes I want to put ability blocks on, whether it be Rogue, Dazzler, Phoenix. I'm kind of worried about, getting Gambit down below 50%, so his pings are harder. So this is just more me thinking on what I want to do. So my end up decision here. And then I was like, I don't know, does this thing unavoidable? So I went ahead and tried it. Ability block didn't land. So that was kind of all for naught. But then I decided to go after Dazzler there. This one is unavoidable and it will stick. So I just didn't want her to cleanse up the team off of any potential turns that she has. So that's kind of the safe ability block usage. And at this point I decided to go ahead and go on the right side to go up, put slow and offensive down to those characters. Well, not offensive down, sorry, just slow. Thinking of Vulture's attack. So, yeah, here we go. Just when we just start pinging away, Super Skrull basically just does a lot of the dirty work along with Kang. And once this ult comes through, it's pretty much over. But yeah, I don't know, it's not much more to say after that. I mean, it's just a Super Skrull show. So we'll just let this play out. And finishing move. So that was room 1. Alright, so next I decided to go ahead and jump into the room 2 setup with the Secret Defenders with Morgan Le Fay. I didn't know how she would kind of manipulate anything. I think she's less of a threat than with Noir in there. So I went full, didn't plug out Dazzler, kept her in there. I figured I'll be able to control the speed match on this one. And let's take a look how it all plans out. Alright, so there you go. Of course, we know that we'll be able to flip that taunt here off our first move, and now we get to go ahead and pick our targets. Decided to go ahead and focus on Morgan because, again, I'm not too sure what she can cause havoc within her ultimate specials, re-healing herself and all that kind of jazz. So she was target number 1 that I knocked out. Then after that, then it's just about putting the blinds next. So once that sticks, you don't have the Robbie threat, you don't have the Photon threat on her opening move. Just trying to figure out where I can get the biggest hit off of this one. I thought that I was going to clear that Robbie, so it would have probably been best to done that because they had barrier up. So my usage on that Striker ISO didn't plan out. But, I mean, you just see all the reds all over there on that side, blinds for 2 turns. I mean, it's pretty much over after that point. I'm really just trying to minimize the hits that she's going to do, but Deadpool finishes it off. There we go. Alright, so now I decided to skip the Infinity Watch room, jumped into room 4, where you see this all geared up and leveled up. Out of time 3 with the 2 red with the Hulks. I was very conflicted. I kind of wanted to go with my usual out of time counter and bring in some of the dying tunes, but I don't know, man. I just thought that, you know, Hive Mind can do their thing here with Void Knight and friends. Let's take a look, see how it all plans out. I just thought that the Hulks would be too beefy, and I thought that like bringing Undying, and I didn't want Red Hulk to go off early. So it's kind of what my thought process was as far as avoiding them. But, I mean, I don't know. I wish I could try it. I wish there was testing. So here we go with the Void Knight opening. This one looked good because I flipped a taunt. So that was nice. I don't know if it's... Oh, I guess it's because I get the extra focus and things like that with the Hive Mind character. So that's kind of a win. Here's where I wish I could see what happened on testing is if I would have done this ultimate onto the regular Hulk versus Captain, but it doesn't matter. I mean, there's just draw taunts. So there's this, you know, landing the disrupt. There's his taunt. So I don't know. So I end up getting stuck behind the OG Hulk there. I mean, truthfully, there's 3 taunts on the field, right? And Red Hulk right in the middle. So I'm kind of choosing my targets to be on the outside. Didn't want charges to start landing on him early. So, but then they have immunity, and it just, I couldn't strip anything. That's probably why I liked having jugs. I probably should have done the Undying team. This is a lengthy battle. I mean, this is just a thick team to go against, and my Hive Mind isn't fully established either. Again, really what I did is I was copying day 1 opponent, and this is what he used against me. Probably should have watched the replay. I didn't do that. I wasn't being smart. I thought I can wing it and just kind of guess attack orders. But the bottom line is, I mean, this was a punch down. This is not the same characters. So where are we at? Yeah, I mean, it was just frustrating knowing that I couldn't land anything on those immunities. I mean, there's nothing out there, just to see solid green over there. And I'm really just leaning on Apoc to get that ult off, which is now finally time to do it, but now I'm down to 3 total tunes. So there we go. Stuck behind another taunt. Decided to go after him. Maybe I should have done Black Knight. I don't know. So I almost felt as if I was still there. And then, I don't know, again, I'm conflicted on applying the offensive down on them. That's kind of what I was leaning towards, because I'm on the fence over here. But then it's like, should I be stunning somebody? So I chose to offensive down, which either of my attacks were going to get that Hulk, his charges going. And I couldn't stun him, which is what I was hoping. So attack orders and things like that, taunts, immunity. I mean, I probably could have won this, but yeah. Here it is. This is just where it went game over. Charges are up. And the Red Hulk doing his ult. And then now they're starting to heal up, which stinks. So I'm curious if, now I'm thinking this is going to catch me the game, cost me the game, and I'm wondering if I should back out, retry it. Because my offense is thin, so I'm not really sure I'm not even sure if I'm going to clean the room, but I just risk it and say screw it. Alright, so because I took that loss, being human, I was frustrated, a little bit on tilt, so I forgot to record the attack. So I went into the next room, I went into stage 5, room 5, and decided to use my Superior 6 against the Xtreme-X men with Jubes. But here's the replay of it. It's going to be pretty quick. Yeah, I don't think Jubes is that impactful so far on her being on defense over here. Targeted her. Just so again, new tune faced against. Don't want her going off. And then once I do that Craven ability block, that's an AoE on everybody else. She's out to pitch her. And now the Xtreme-X Men team is just kind of running thin. This time around, I'm more mindful about the Forge. So after that, I'm targeting him. I'm like, I don't need him reviving anybody. I just, even on that attack, I was like, I'm still targeting him. That was it. Alright, so next is going to be room 6. This one I've never seen before. I don't think it's on any spreadsheets and things like that. Wasn't really sure what to expect other than it's not the full Bifrost team. I mean, you got the 2, and plus there's no Asgards there, so it's just really being mindful about Dormammu having the revives on the other characters. So with that being said, I had one with the Tangled, Spider Weaver, brought Kestrel, Nova. So I'm just kind of leaning on stripping away at the revives and hoping I can get some type of Kestrel, Nova, and Spider Weaver, just timing where I can just wipe out some of the tunes that may have the revives. And the other cool thing about Kingpin and Kestrel is it actually prevents his bots from coming out. So here we are. It's interesting is that there's no revive that landed on Quicksilver. But I think I misplayed this. I don't know. I was thinking like, can I target Dormammu and put the disrupt on him? Didn't happen. But then at that point it's like kind of similar to anytime you see Quicksilver, you want to stun him out the gate, prevent him from going off. And that's what I did. The Kingpin was a little bit weaker, so he fell to the spread attack. Then, trying to control the Val, she has the revives up. About to have a turn going, so I'm just minimizing her from going. Now they're set to disrupt that. It's part of adjacent target from Nova's special. So now Dormammu can't fall into stealth, so everything's looking good, except being behind that taunt right there. But we got some AoE attacks coming up. Kestrel pings. It's I won't say over, but at that point, revives are falling off. Nat, Quicksilver's way over there, so he's not getting hit. So speed bar is under control. Thought I could land the ability block, didn't happen. Thought I can get the Weaver ISO to kill him off, but then Kestrel pinged away at him and caused him to revive. So things were just a little bit off as far as timing of the kills. But everything, I got barrier up, defensive up. Everything's looking good. So at this point, it's pretty much game over. Yep. All right, so moving along, I was kind of conflicted as far as going after the cleanup attack into the out of time team, or using some other tunes here, just one shot the Infinity Watch. I knew my offense was running a little bit thin for my liking, and I just decided I don't want to gamble. Let's just use these superior 6 symbiote type tunes here with the Mega Red to go ahead and go after the Infinity Watch team and go for it. It's just so crazy as far as how this room works for them, because they just get the boosted effects there as far as their safeguard multiplying up, defense multiplying up, but the beauty as far as bringing in Mysterio is taking off the immunity, which would be a bigger problem. So because there's no immunity here, now we can go ahead and kind of start stripping away. Safeguard's that secondary thing that's preventing you from taking stuff away, like right there with the lizard ult. So, but he got to put some buffs onto himself, and then at this point, it's just trying to go out there, Phyla. Now they got evades out. And then now I'm just putting blinds out, AoE, get rid of some evades as best as I can, because they're just stacking up. And then unfortunately I couldn't control the Phyla, so there she goes, cleansing, except for the Gamora that had the trauma on her. So I was able to spread those things back. And it's always gonna be a long battle. So yeah, at this point, I think in my mind, I'm thinking about just getting rid of that Warlock. Don't need him stunning anybody and ability block and all that kind of stuff. So I'm targeting him at that point, since I missed out on Phyla. Typically, I would love to have Carnage in here just for the speed control, but you saw him die already with the Room 4. Yep, there we go. Finally got one out the way. Focusing on trying to get another. just thinking, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's the better attack order. If I should have been going after Nebula. Probably would be the best team because she's throwing counters out there to teams. She's throwing evades out to her team. So I'm gonna be more mindful. It's kind of the beauty of watching a replay of your own matches, right? Now you can figure out your mistakes. Alright, there we go. Finally now. Yeah, it's definitely a boring fight to watch, man. Ugh. So there we go, finally chipping away. Efficiency's not all there, but my health, my tunes are all there, so that's kind of what you want to see, and you don't want any slip-ups as far as losing to Infinity Watch and having to two-shot it, so all in all, I can count that as a win. Alright, so with 5 rooms down, now we're back to the cleanup room. So here we go, we are looking at the remaining tunes of Out of Time now with Red Hope. I decided to go ahead and go with Darkhold. And I had Quicksilver, I just was kind of looking and I realized I had Quicksilver. I was contemplating doing Undying 3 with the Cabal 2 that are currently out. But as I started looking at the tail of the tape there with the collection power, I was like, damn, no, there's just no way. I figured like this opening move right there would kill somebody. So lean on the side of caution. Claims glitching a little bit there, but yeah, yes, you know, defensive up, stuff like that. Quicksilver getting his speed going. If you targeted him, that was the way to go. At this point, you know, stuck behind a taunt, was able to flip it. The fatigue mechanics, which is good by not backing out, is that, you know, you have a little bit more focus power advantage there, so things are a little bit easier to start stripping away at these particular tunes, so you'll see it, you know, with my attacks there. Quicksilver stripping everything away. Yeah, at that point I'm like, you know what, I'll be able to go and start finishing off the big 2 over here on the right. I allowed Captain America to heal up again, so that was kind of sucky. But having Quicksilver as the 5th plug-in, I mean, he kind of went bonkers on them when he got his turns going. At this point, I have to be mindful again about Red Hulk's charges. Figured he only had 1. I'm gonna be okay. And for safe measure, I figured I can wipe him out on this attack. He had vulnerable up. Here's my ISO. Striker took him out. And ping away at the Carter. Make sure she doesn't do any funny revives. Not sure if that's just in raids or what. But there we go. Alright, so peeking, trying to see any results. Unfortunately, my opponent hadn't attacked, but, you know, double check, there's nothing there. That Bossasaurus had done, but that's just me kind of recapping things. One-shotted everything except for the room 4, unfortunately, and that's just kind of where it's stuck. So, oh well. Kind of down about that. I feel like especially when I see my opponent not putting in the Skrull, Apoc on defense there, leaning more and more that I gotta one-shot everything myself. So not coming up clean against the bigger opponents is kind of frustrating a little bit, but I just gotta be better. And but hopefully, you know, you guys are doing better than I'm doing. Catch y'all all tomorrow for day 3. Stay tuned for that. and good luck with your battles. I'll take it easy. Bye-bye.